CM Punk made his return to WWE, cut his first promo on Raw, made AEW diehards cry. Don't burn the goddamn t-shirt, you paid money for it. Come on, we ain't doing that now. Come on, people are fascinating. I know it's turning into a CM Punk fangirl channel. Come on, it's interesting. We've been waiting for this moment for 10 years. Although I admit, I'm just seconds away from a CM Punk and Randy Orton fanfic video. Weirder stuff happened on YouTube. Oh wait, CM Punk already kinda did that. This sums up the entire CM Punk and Seth Rollins situation in one picture. So there's a lot of stuff we learned about CM Punk after his initial return, and that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the details, such as why he didn't talk about AEW, locker room response to CM Punk, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, hypocrisy, and more. So let's talk about CM Punk, but before we continue, let me tell you about the most convenient browser in the world, which is today's sponsor, Opera. It's fully featured for privacy, security, and everything you do online. I absolutely love the design. You can customize the look by picking a theme, wallpaper, and force dark pages to get a thank you from your eyes. And you guys know I love Opera's multitasking features. You can customize the sidebar by adding messengers, social media, music players, and AI services. So you know, I can open Instagram or X or a music player just by using the sidebar, and of course I can change the size of the panel, so I don't have to open separate apps or tabs. And of course, I love that you can detach videos. Whether it's me writing a script, working on Photoshop, or editing videos, well, I can do two things at the same time. Opera also has Aria AI, so you can chat with AI by just using the sidebar or by using Aria's keyboard shortcut. And of course, dozens of tabs are annoying. Thankfully, Opera introduced tab islands. Tabs can be easily arranged into separate groups or islands and can be collapsed or expanded. So instead of having a bunch of tabs open, you can have like a nice folder of tabs. To get the best browsing experience possible, Opera has an ad blocker, so you don't get attacked by ads everywhere you go. It also has a free VPN. No extensions needed, it's built in the browser. It's a great browser, I'm sure you guys are going to love it, so make sure to click the link in the description and try it out. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? CM Punk is officially back, and we're here to talk about the tea. How does the locker room feel about CM Punk? What did Tony Khan had to say? That's very predictable. Before that, of course, make sure to support the channel, click that like button, and this way you can increase the size of your schmackle. So Tony Khan had something to say about CM Punk, or I should say, didn't have anything to say about CM Punk when asked. So Tony, what do you think about CM Punk's return to WWE? How's Jungle Boy doing? Can't talk about that, nor do I think it's the time and the place. It's an interview, Tony. I appreciate you asking. I'm very excited about AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. Not to dodge your question, but it's not something I can legally talk about. Well, first of all, Tony, I think you can legally express your feelings without saying too much, and this is what I hate about Tony Khan's interviews or press conferences. He never answers a question and ends the sentence, but I'm very excited about AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Tune in. Hey sir, would you like black or latte? Can't answer that, nor do I want to. Okay. But I'm very excited about AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Like, come on, dude, it's a meme at this point. The man shows up to interviews and advertises his show and doesn't give anything back to the person that's interviewing him. It's ridiculous.
You can ask, but I cannot answer that and comment, my friend.
But you know, I bet they're happy that CM Punk is gone. So many people are complaining that CM Punk did not talk about AEW or didn't make any references to AEW during his return promo to Raw. People wanted the tea but got, you know, humble Punk. I talked about this promo already. I think it was fine. Something was missing. It was shorter than expected. But like I've said, I kinda have a feeling that if he did mention AEW, the same people would be crying as well because, well, Punk didn't change. House of Wrestling is saying Punk is looking to move past the drama of AEW entirely and has no plans to address any of what happened here. This is such a W move. Look, people, CM Punk just showed up to WWE and completely ignored AEW as if it never happened. That is actually saying more than 1,000 words. And I think it was the right call. Obviously, it was not only CM Punk's call, Triple H and creative had something to do with it, but, you know, I feel like if he started, blasting everyone in his first promo on Monday Night Raw, when the whole point of the promo was, I'm back to WWE after 10 years, how would that make the locker room feel? Oh man, Grumpy Phil is back, that's gonna be fun. Instead of talking about how you miss the WWE, you're going to talk about all the drama, all the shit that happened to you. Come on, man. Enjoy us, the audience. The promo was simply about CM Punk returning to WWE after 10 years, coming back home, the place that made CM Punk into who he is. I know some of you wanted that, but the promo was not about CM Punk getting fired from AEW and going to the WWE. That was not the point. WrestleVote says they were told everything at Raw was good last night as far as a camaraderie backstage throughout the day in Nashville. So no early problems with CM Punk on his first full night in WWE at a show. Now obviously we don't know what truly happened back in the day, so it's way too early to tell. This is the first show. We don't know what's gonna happen, but I believe the difference is, and I think most of you guys will agree, AEW doesn't have the structure that WWE has. AEW is not as professional as WWE is. One of the biggest problems CM Punk had is, working with children. He can't, even if he wants to, pull that shit in the WWE. Wrestlers don't book the shows in the WWE. You're doing what you're told to. And again, it's a different company. We've heard stories about how morale in the WWE is higher than ever before, ever since, Vince McMahon left. Punk was, according to multiple accounts, tried to approach everybody and was very nice and humble and in a good mood. One wrestler added, but he knew he kinda had to be. Well, that is actually true, and I'm wondering who that wrestler is. So one thing about CM Punk that you probably heard about is that once he left professional wrestling, he had nothing to do with anyone in pro wrestling, including the wrestlers. He refused to do an interview with Chris Jericho just because he doesn't want to talk about the WWE or anything to do with wrestling. He even ended friendships, which I know is really strange. But what I got out of the situation is that, just like CM Punk said, it really felt like a family reunion. He's back. He's not holding any grudges anymore. And we saw what happened with Randy. He apparently renewed his friendship with Kofi Kingston. And I quickly want to talk about the hypocrisy. Sure, there are a lot of things that CM Punk said that are hypocritical. There's one thing though that people do not realize. CM Punk was always referring to Vince McMahon's WWE. This is a different company, just like Triple H said. CM Punk was heard by Vince McMahon, not Triple H. All the problems he had was when we had a very different situation in the WWE. I feel like now it's like coming back to an entirely different company. And there's always stuff that we will never learn. Maybe it was some wrestlers that had a call, a conversation with CM Punk and told him everything about the WWE. Maybe it was Cody, I don't know. Maybe someone told him, yeah, it's not like in AEW. And I'm saying Cody because I feel like maybe he got pushed out of AEW too. I'm not sure. But Cody welcoming CM Punk back to WWE, being happy he's back, I might be onto something, I don't know. Now when it comes to this promo, Pro Wrestling Insider knows that Punk's promo was originally set to be longer, but it had to be shortened due to timing issues and Randy Orton versus Dominic Mysterio going longer than planned. That is really unfortunate, and if that's actually true, I wish he actually opened the show, because the first hour was commercial free, so I feel like this way he would have a lot more freedom. During his promo, he mentioned AJ Lee. So Pro Wrestling Insider notes that they also say that at least as of right now, there has been no discussion of AJ Lee making a return to WWE, despite Punk mentioning her in his promo. No, we gotta keep the agenda moving, people. We gotta keep the agenda moving, and I feel like it's a really big possibility. If everything with CM Punk goes right, it's a big possibility we might see her in the Royal Rumble. Speaking of Rumble, I've seen multiple sources, I believe, talking that it's not gonna be Rollins versus Punk at WrestleMania, it's going to be Rollins versus Punk at the Royal Rumble, which is of course happening in January, and it actually makes a lot of sense. They're already building this rivalry, and we don't have a pay-per-view in December. WrestleMania is far away. It does make sense to make that match happen at the Royal Rumble, and that's the thing. Lately, WrestleMania, in my opinion, is not the only destination for big, marquee matches. Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series. These are big shows right now, some of which are happening in stadiums. Just look at what happened at last year's Royal Rumble. I think Royal Rumble will do. The question is, who would Punk face at WrestleMania? And we're at a point right now that any match with Punk would do because it's so new and exciting and we haven't seen him in the company for such a long time. I was thinking about the matches I would like to see and storylines, and I do have a few ideas. First of all, LA Knight versus CM Punk, obviously mostly for the promos. AJ versus Punk, I think that sounds pretty interesting. Roman versus Punk, Rollins versus Punk, you name it. But there was one match that I really want to see, and I'm not sure how you guys are going to feel about it. CM Punk versus Logan Paul. It just sounds unreal, like universe motive that. Come on, Triple H, make it happen. But yeah, man, what a time to be a wrestling fan. That's all I got for you today. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you already didn't. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and give me a prediction. Is this gonna be different? Or in a couple of months, we're going to talk about what went wrong. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.